Hi children, I hope you're all well. So we're going to do some maths this morning, and hopefully you've managed to watch the number block episode, episode 8, which is our new number of the week. So if you haven't watched that already, then go and watch that first. I have linked it, but it's called 8, and it's series 2. And the episode is called 8. So make sure you watch that first. Before we start our lesson and think about a little bit about the episode that you've just watched, we're going to do some counting. Now we're going to count today. I'm going to hold up the number blocks, not the number blocks, the Numicon. So as we count, I'm going to hold up the Numicon for the number that we're counting. I haven't got a 2. I've left the 2s all at school, so I'm going to use 2 1s to make my 2 today. So you can count along with me. I'll be a little bit slow because I want to pick them up. So let me get ready, get my fingers ready. Here we go. We're ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Let's go backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Okay, so let's just quickly have a look at the Numicon. We haven't had a real close up look at the newer numbers. So this was the number 6. So we learned this a few weeks ago. 6 made up of 2 3s, isn't it? So we've got the number 6. This is 7. So we did this last week. So we've got the 3 and the 4 that make 7. If you notice, if we look at the 6, maybe if we put one on top, you can see that the 6 has got an even amount. So there's the same on both sides. 6 is an even number. When we look at 7, it's an odd number because there's a bit pointing up the top. We haven't got another bit over here. So that makes it an odd number. We're going to do a little bit more on even and odd numbers later on in the year. But that's why there's a gap there. So we've got 6 and 7. And now we're moving on to our number of the week, which is this number here, 8. And as you can see, it's another even number because there's the same amount on both sides. Let's count how many are down each side. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 down here and 4 down here. And all together that makes, what's our number? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the Numicon for 8. We're going to explore a bit more with Numicon a bit later on. So let's have a look now, having a think about the episode that we watched. So we were introduced to a new character today, and this is here. This is him here. Can you remember his name? Well done if you said Octoblock. That was his name. He's a superhero, isn't he? And did you notice anything that represented the amount of 8 in the video? What did you remember? What did you notice that represented the amount of 8? What did he have that had 8 of? Just have a think. You might want to pause the video while you have a think about the things that you saw. So these are some of the things that I spotted. So of course, he's a number block. So he's made up of 8 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's also got 8 legs or arms, depending on what you want to call them. And if you look closely, you might not have spotted this. His eyes make the number 8. Not the right way around, but they make the number 8 there. And he's got 8 eyelashes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well done if you spotted those things. In this bit here, we can see that he was knitting a blanket, I think for number 7. And let's see, has he got 8 needles? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He did. Well done. Let's have a look here. We've got 8 legs with the octopus. So the he's called Octoblock. So his name begins with an oct. Octopus begins with the oct. We've talked about this a little bit before in the past, haven't we? An octopus has 8 tentacles. Can we think of anything else that begins with oct that has 8 something? Can anybody think of anything? 8 something? There's a shape. Can you remember the shape name? Well done if you said an octagon. An octagon has 8 sides. And here's an octagon here. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got octoblock, we've got an octopus, and we've got octagon. And they all begin with this word oct. And oct is another way of saying 8. He was also, he was also making a dinner party for 8, wasn't he? And he had 8 plates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he was serving 8 different things there. And down here, he's juggling 8 balls. So there was lots of things. I wonder if there was anything that I missed that you spotted, because there are so many things. That's why I love number blocks, because they often hide little things that you don't even notice. Right, so if we move on now, we've got different representations of the number 8 here. So we've got the numeral for 8, which is over here. We've got the numicon for 8 that we had there. We've got a dice. Now remember, a dice will only go up to the number. Can you remember what number a dice goes up to? Well done if you said the number 6. A dice will only go up to the number 6. So if you want a number greater than 6, then you will have to roll 2 dice. So we've got 2 here that have made a total of 8. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this one. 1, 2 on this one. 6, 7, 8. They make a total of 8. We've got a tens frame here with 8 on. We've got 5 along the top. 6, 7, 8. We've got a 5 and a 3 that make a total of 8. 5 and 3 make a total of 8. We've also got a domino, and this is showing us how many here? 4 and 4. 4 and 4 makes 8. Right, now I'm going to show you some different representations. I want you to see if you can find these representations for 8 in each group of representations. So let's have a look. Can you spot 8? Point to where 8 is. Well done if you said this one over here. Next one. So those are the numerals. Right now I've got numicon. Can you point to the numicon that is for the number 8? What numicon is the number 8? Well done if you said this one over here. Our numicon for 8 is green, and it's an even number, which means it's got the same on both sides. So that means it's not these ones. And I'm sure most of you will probably know what this one is. This is the number, do we know? This is the number 10. That's 10. So that's too many. This one over here, I'm pointing to it, you can't see that. Over here is the number 8. Okay, next one. Now I've got some dominoes. Can you find the dominoes for number 8? So you might want to pause the video to give you some time maybe to count them. Just have a look. Can you find the dominoes for number 8? Well done if you said this one up here. So we have the same that we saw before. We've got 4 and 4, which makes 8. Well done. Good. Okay. Oh, one more, sorry. Can you find the tens frame for 8? There's only 3 to choose from this time. Can you find the tens frame for number 8? And again, you might want to pause the video to give you some time to count if you need to count them. Well done if you said this one up here. Remember, we had the 5 on the top line and the 3 on the bottom line. 5 and 3 makes 8. This one is showing us 5, 6, 7. And this one is showing us 5, 6. So we've got 7 and 6 here. This one up the top is our magic number 8. Well done. Good. And did you know, children, that number 8 is very lucky in lots of different countries, and it's very lucky in China. And it's actually Chinese New Year very soon. So there you go, something else that you've learned about 8 today. Now, what you're going to do, if you've got the cutouts of the Numicon that you've managed to print off, you can use them, or you can draw your own, or you can use different things. If you can use buttons to do this activity, or you can use counters if you've got counters, or anything that you can kind of group together, and try and see if you can make a base that's 8. So can you see that I've got the base of the Numicon 8, but what you could do if you wanted to, I've got my board. This board actually got squares on the back, so that's quite useful. But you could draw a square that has 8 in, or there might be a rectangle. This is a rectangle. You do it bigger than that, and you could use this as your base. Okay, but try and have a base of something that's going to be 8, because you're going to put things on top of it. Okay, and what you want to try and explore now are the different pairs that make 8. How can you make 8? So as I said, start with a base, and I'm going to use the Numicon. So I'm going to put 5 on my Numicons, on my base, my Numicon 8 base. I've got 5. And what do I need to put here to finish making 8? How many is this? Well done if you said 3. Can you see if you make a base, it's easier to make the pairs. You'll be able to see. So if you were to do it on, let me do a bigger one. If you were to do it on something like this, I'll do 2, hang on, 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's do it like, sorry, children. Like that. So there we go. I've made my 8 now. If you were to use, you could use different coloured buttons. So you could have a red button, red buttons there. So 5 red buttons and maybe 3 yellow buttons or something like that. So you could do it that way, like that. But try and have a base, because that makes it easier for you to work out what 8 is. So I found a pair of numbers, 2 numbers that make 8, and I've got a, whoops, dropped it on the floor now. Sorry, children. I've got a 3 and a 5, and that's made 8. Let's do one more. Now I'm going to use 7. So I put 7 on my 8 base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What do I need to add to this 7 to make 8? What do I need to add to the 7 to make 8? I need to add a 1. 7 and 1 makes how many? 8. Well done. That's what I want you to do. Find a base for 8. It could be Numicon. I will attach the Numicon for you to print, or you can use it to draw and make your own if you haven't already, or you can make your own in a different way. It doesn't have to be Numicon, using a board or using paper, or using, you could even use, if you've got a some Lego, you could use it like that. But try and have a base for 8, and then see what number pairs you can come up with that make the total of 8. See how many you can think of. There's also a challenge underneath as well, and this one is a very, very challenging challenge. So let's see if you can give that one a go as well, if you get some time. Okay, hope you get on with that okay, and I'd love to see some examples of your work uploaded. Bye.